Oh boy. Do you know how hard it is for me to keep a secret? Oh my God, I can finally say it. I'm racing the Hoonicorn. I can finally say it. I can finally tell all of you. I was allowed by Brian Scouter to make that one post on Instagram about a week ago. I just wanted to make it clear because I know there's a lot of confusion on the YouTube channel itself. Today is a perfect day to announce it. Yes, the 4-rotor is racing the Hoonicorn, and by all means, I've already raced it. The race comes out December 14th. Yes, the big race that I've been preparing for since basically July is racing my predecessor, the Hoonicorn, and Ken Block. Of all things, I have to race the biggest, baddest car and one of the best drivers in the world for my very first shakedown run. Tomorrow's video is a heartbreaker, but knowing the outcome now, knowing that I do end up making it to the race, I just want you to watch it and see really what happened, because I absolutely hate giving you guys videos where it's one after another of setbacks, but I want to be honest. I want to show you what really happened, and this whole situation couldn't have ended up being more of a movie-like situation where it's failure, and then a chance to redeem yourself. I lost it all. As you guys now know, today's video is the Hoonicorn racing my buddy Chuckle's garage in Old Smoky, the F1 wild ass compound turbo big diesel truck. That's epic. The interesting thing about that is I was supposed to be there that day. What did I do a couple hours before that video was filmed? Well, this. So that was my first setback, and that was the moment I was supposed to go to the race. And all the videos up to that were, hey, 10 days away, a week away, and so on. And so that was beyond devastating. Like, I cannot convey the amount of emotion that is involved with how disappointing that felt. So then my chance was to shake it down at Coalinga's half mile. And like I said, tomorrow's video will show you exactly how that went. The problem was the guys at Hoonigans saw that failure as well. I posted on Instagram as well. And they're like, so you're not able to make it at all? And it was a question mark. And so you'll see more about that in tomorrow's video. But I just want to tell you that even at this level, at this intensity of a YouTube channel, you know, a lot of eyes on me and everything like that, and you try to have a team to kind of cover your ass, things still get to that go, no-go sort of situation. That's not YouTube drama. That is straight up how this is happening. On other note, I'm actually going to be taking this little guy, Keith, to the vet. Actually, I'm taking both of them to the vet this week. The reason why is he's not gaining any weight. As you can tell, we're in the shop. The shop door is closed, and they've spent all night here. Sadly, Keith is a little piss monster and has decided to make the shop his own, even though he's not paying any rent. We're going to get both of them spayed, neutered, and then my heart goes out to them. I'm going to do blood work and all that just to make sure if they need to be dewormed or I don't know, make sure they get taken care of. So I want to know this, and I'll be honest. Don't be my fan. Don't be my hater. Be honest. What do you think is going to happen in the race against the Hoonicorn? The 4-rotor versus the Hoonicorn, me versus Ken Block, rotary versus piston. What do you genuinely think is going to happen? You going to get neutered? No, you don't want to get neutered? Aww. I think this is my favorite part, is that he's actually becoming a little angel. You're not? That little bastard has been marking the Diablo. Yeah, exactly. You think you own this car. What? Come here. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Yep. Mark me. You think you own that car. You are getting neutered. Let me just tell you right now, this is just an update video. It's a very important update. It's got a lot of the juicy secrets, but just like most of my videos, you're not going to see any of the cars running. Which is funny because all the cars run. I mean, the 3-rotor could run, and that's actually kind of the update I wanted to tell you, is that ever since Brian Scouter reached out to me and said simply, do you want to race the Hoonicorn? My world went very, very focused. And this isn't going to be a business inspirational video, but I do want to tell you this. It requires you to be absolutely obsessive. What you're going to see in their video is truly just a madman's work. You know, like, this is my life. This is, those of you guys that know me personally, or even feel like you know me personally, can pretty much tell that this isn't me trying to do YouTube. I'm not doing it for Insta fame. I've been around YouTube longer than it was vlogging even. You didn't vlog back when I first started YouTube. And so this is just me chronologically documenting my life. I don't do a good job at all times. And the reason why I'm here now, so I'll give you the spoiler, I don't die. And I say that tongue in cheek, but if you or one of the guys that were here know that I was getting really pissy. I was getting very angry because my project plan for the 4-rotor wasn't adding up. It wasn't adding up to making it safe to push the car to its limits and guarantee my safety. And I even said to Ken Block himself, I'm like, I can't guarantee your safety next to me. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. If you're like me, you don't have that ego of thinking you've got it all in the bag. You know, you're in the back of your mind, you've got wiring, exposed. You've got, I forgot to leave this one thing, and I'll get to that later. And oh man, this is wobbly, and I'll get to that. Like, the ego is set completely aside, because if it wasn't, that car would have been destroyed. I guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee it. Or I would have made a complete jackass out of myself just doing what the handful of you assume it's going to do. When you make goals, they have to be realistic. And I'm not saying, don't imagine yourself racing Ken Block in the Hoonicorn. Not that part. I mean, as in, there's only so many hours in a day. There's only so much you can do in a day. And yes, you can hustle harder than everybody else. I obviously try to live to that, but you still physically can only do so much. So when that is not possible, you just sound like an idiot. You sound foolish. And I could tell that the 4-rotor, which I keep looking over at, was almost not capable of putting down a competitive race in time, which is why you saw me blow both drive shafts, because that was the moment that we had another hour left before we had to pack up to drive 4 hours to make it to the morning shoot. It was just like, if it's going to break, it's got to break here. I can't, and I don't want to destroy the car. I think one of the things a lot of you guys didn't know is that, because I couldn't tell about the race, is that was an all or nothing. They actually rescheduled the event basically for the 4-rotor. So that was the last time. And so what you'll see on the 14th is literally the last possible moment that race with the Hoonicorn could have occurred. There is no future time. There is no rescheduling. Especially, think about it this way. Me, you guys, telling a massive company that you look up to, hey, can you hang on? You can't do that. They're offering a chance for you to be in their world, not, hey, try to schedule around me. Yeah, that's going to work really well. So that was utterly terrifying. And I will say, I just woke up, so I also look like shit for that. But I will say, this was probably the most stressful push in my life, because for SEMA pushes, you get the cool part of relaxing at the end of the push, that, hey, I made it and it's parked at a place, and of course, the car runs, but I'm not now competing. I'm not exhausted and then competing against somebody. Really, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Like, genuinely think. Like, not hope. Now, don't hope for me to win. Don't hope for Ken to win. Logically, look at this versus that. The cars have the same suspension geometry, at least in turns. So, if we were gonna turn, we would handle very, very similarly, if not identically. I was 300 pounds more than the Hoonicorn. We did 1,240 horsepower at 29 psi at the wheels, and a fat power band for rotary. That's not common. Of course, that's not where we're gonna stop when we go to race. The very only time I've ever launched the car was the time that the drive shafts blew up. I've never raced a sequential transmission. I've rode through the gears on the dyno, that's it. I mean, realistically, what do you think you would do in my spot? What do you think if you built a car like this? What do you think it would do? And I'm curious to see the conversation in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys think as to what, realistically, having a guy building a car in a garage, what would it be like to go against Ken Block?
this?